Salyers. This is my wife, Shannon, my high school sweetheart, wife of almost 40 years. And we've had our tree farm since 1998.
Our ranch is located just south of Eugene, Oregon. We have about 1,800 acres, and most of that's in pasture land and forestry. It's a beautiful setting, sits right behind Spencer's Butte here in Eugene, and it's just it's a beautiful location and a magic place that we've been so fortunate to be here and raise our family and steward the land, and it's just been a wonderful blessing.
The name of our tree farm is the Salyers Ranch, but it also is known as Creswell Oaks. We put 1,610 acres into a permanent conservation easement 3 years ago. We had a 42-acre parcel that was given to us out of a partnership we were in, and because we were in the middle of the 1,800 acres, we just kind of adopted it as our place, and we started investing in planting trees. We lived on it from '92 and started taking care of it, and it didn't come into our ownership until 1998. But we continue to have the timber and forestry operations as part of a working lands easement. We also run cattle here, and we're raising grandchildren around here too. It has been a passion, is the right word for us, and a privilege to take care of it. We have 3 generations now that live here. Management activities on our ranch are, I think, extremely diverse because we have so many different types of habitat here. We have pastures that we manage for grazing, for yearling cattle. We have Douglas fir stands of timber that we manage for timber production. We have Oregon white oak habitat, and we have about 500 acres of it here. We've begun a process of restoration on the oak habitat. We've done stream projects. We have bird boxes that have gone up. We have bat houses that have gone up. We're fencing off the rest of the stream on the ranch and building off-stream water stations for cattle. So we have a lot of management things that we're doing here. Over the last 30 years, we've developed working relationships with a number of agencies and entities, not the least of which is the Small Woodlands Owners Association, which we have attained a certified forest status here. We work with a number of agencies, and I'm almost hesitant to start down the list now because I might forget somebody, and they've all been extremely helpful, from the technical advisory to financial support, but NRCS for sure, FSA, Coast Fork of the Willamette Watershed Council, Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, Oregon Department of Forestry, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. And we're very thankful for that because there's a lot of things here we wouldn't be able to accomplish without that support and that help. Without a written plan, I'd be in trouble because there's no way to keep all of this moving the right direction and to complete these projects, some of which have a lot of detail. And I'm not smart enough to keep track of all of it in my head. An added benefit of a written plan, in our case, with 3 generations living here, is for succession. It's much easier for me to hand a written plan or have those elements recorded over a long period of time for my children and my grandchildren to access and learn from. Our 1,800 acres has several ecosystems here. The Oregon white oak habitat that we have is very rare, and it's precious. And we are currently into our second 100 acres of oak restoration, preserving that and enhancing that, protecting that habitat here. We discovered through some surveys that we have the largest known population of the Oregon Vesper sparrow here on our ranch. The Oregon Vesper sparrow has been petitioned for endangered species status before the U.S. Congress. Our grazing practices are designed and managed in a way to enhance the habitat for that bird. And our grazing program closely mimics what natural fires would have done, and that's why we have such a large population of those birds. It's a privilege for us to steward that and watch that habitat continue to be improved.
We are just beyond grateful for living the life we are.
What she said.